Land of power, land of might, exceptional rage, endless fight, patriot bulldozer, leading the way, crushing all foes, making them pay. Flag in hand, fury in eyes, screams of pride, ignoring lies, iron grip, ruthless and cold, American dream, fierce and bold, bow before the storm, unstoppable wave, marching forward, no soul to save, bulldozers wrath, tearing apart, exceptionalism, fire in the heart, no retreat, no surrender, bulldozers force, a savage offender, red, white, blue, burning bright, in the chaos he finds delight, blazing trails of destruction left, in the name of the blessed, the theft, freedom's price, a crimson blade, bulldozer, savage of fear, legend made, bow before the storm, unstoppable wave, marching forward, no soul to save, bulldozer's wrath, tearing apart, exceptionalism, fire in the heart. Blazing trails of destruction left, in the name of the blessed, the theft, freedom's price, a crimson blade, bulldozer, savage of fate, legend made, bow before the storm, unstoppable wave, marching forward, no soul to save, bulldozer's wrath, tearing apart, exceptionalism, fire in the heart.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Dozer Den. Glad you're here. If you have not yet smashed that like button, go ahead and give it a good smashing. Thump the like button, caress the like button, lean in real close to that like button, whisper sweet nothings in its ear, and then pound away. Because that's what you got to do, guys. And you might get excited about that like button from time to time. I know I do. But if you have to hit it more than once, make sure you hit it at least thrice. If you hit it twice, that cancels it out. You don't want to do that. You want to be a proud killdozer here in the Dozer Den and show your support for this channel by liking the stream, liking the channel, following the channel, commenting in the comment section is caring, reposting this stream on Rumble, on Pilled.net, on the dozerden.locals.com. I think you can do that on the X Machine at Billdozer74 __ all over the place, guys. We're on BitChute too, and YouTube tonight. We are on YouTube tonight. So We're streaming all over the place. That's right. Lick Dozer's like button, roast him a repost, and go come into comments, leaving some love. That's right. That's right. Bring a napkin. Bring a napkin to the comments, guys. And when you do repost here on Rumble, I will be shouting those out as I refresh and see them. That does help the channel grow, guys. Thank you so much for doing some very, very free things to help support this channel. You can also support this channel monetarily with Rumble Rants through gifted subs. That's right, below the chat. You can hit that red present box and you can shower the chat with your love, or spray the chat with your love. Whatever verb you want to use, I'm not going to judge, okay? I'm not going to judge you. I really won't. Talk about stuff and things here in the Dozer Den. Stuff and things. Enunciation. Very, very important. Very important. What is up, Tantalum? Good to see you. Laura Blades and Tim Finman. Hello. Hope you guys are having a terrific Tuesday evening. I shouldn't have to step away. I shouldn't. The children are in bed, but they were still awake whenever I came up the stairs. So, we shall see how that goes. What is up, Sanglant? Good to see you. One of the subscribers over there in the dozerden.locals.com, guys. That's right, the dozerden.locals.com. You can subscribe for $5 a month over there. When you do, you'll be able to participate in one of the most free speech live chats on the interwebs. And you'll be able to comment on the things I may post, and you can post interesting things in the community there. You'll also have all the benefits of a Rumble subscription, which are your name being lit up in the most beautiful shade of MAGA red. That's right, you'll catch a Rumble rash. It oozes patriotism. The only treatment is more America. That's right. Spread the rash. Normally you wouldn't say that. Honestly, this is one of the best rashes you can get. That's what I've been told. It's a good idea, guys. It really is. And you get access to a plethora of wondrous, stupendous, fantabulous emotes, such as a slap of that peach. Lord Blades with a switch. Might have spit on the camera there. Slap of that peach. Every now and then you got to slap that peach, guys. Every now and then. And sometimes you make them count. Just to drive the point home, okay? Just to drive the point home. What is up, 17 George 76 and WS Hawks fan for the red pill in the repost over there on pill.net. Little sticker saying, my give a fuck is broken, but my go fuck yourself is fully functional. It's a good one. It's a good GIF. Excuse me, sticker over there in pill.net. That's what it is over there, guys. Yes. Gotten quite a few new followers, guys. We're at like 1312. That's what the Utes say. They say 1312. ACAB. I don't like it, but that's what it is. That's how many followers I had the last I checked, including the channel and the user profile, which the user profile is up to, the channel, the Dozer Den, is up to 124 followers. So if you haven't followed both, go ahead and follow both for me. That does help out from what I've been told. And, we're going to be streaming from here more often. I think we're pretty much shifted over here. Yeah, appreciate all the support, guys. In whatever way you are able to support the channel, I do appreciate you. You can also donate on pill.net, and you can gift subs on pill.net too. Technically, if you're watching on the X machine, if you look at my profile page, there is a little dollar sign kind of tab. That's where my Venmo is. That's right, guys. That's right. Venmo is a way that you can donate directly to the Dozer Den. And Cash App. Two QR codes. Two. Gets around the app processing fee. So all of it goes directly to moi, the Dozer Den household. Nobody ever has to donate monetarily to the Dozer Den, but if you can, it's really nice. 1312, like 6, 7. No, 1312 is 1, 3. So A, the first letter of the alphabet A, third letter of the alphabet C, and then 1, A, and then second letter of the alphabet B. It's ACAB. 1, 3, 1, 2, 13, 12. That's what the delinquents say. ACAB. I disagree. I will say, though, some cops, SCAB, some cops are bastards, just like with any profession. There are shitty people. There really are. What is up, Metal Mouth? Good to see you, bud. Good evening, beautiful and blessed people. Hello there. Hope you're doing well. Prayers work. Our property manager served our asshole roommate with a 7-day notice to vacate today. Hells yeah. Hells yeah. I hope you guys are able to get that asshole out of there. Sounds like it's not a great situation, so... Let's see. When your grandkids say 6, 7, you say 8, 6, 7, 5, 3, 0, 9. Yeah, that's a good response. It's a good retort. I like that. Mm-hmm. Yep. You got to give them some cringe, okay? Or 25 or 6 to 4. Yeah, I don't get those. Nope. That's all right, though. Oh, man. been a long day, guys. It's been a long day. I'm a little tired, not gonna lie. Almost thought about not streaming because I was very, very tired after work today, but I have decided that I'm gonna push my way through it. We're gonna make it happen tonight, guys. We are making it happen, having a good time. That song is it's probably it's probably older than me. R25. Oh, 46 and 2. I know that one. Metal Mouth. Why 6'7" when you can 6'9"? Giggity. Giggity. Goo. Yes, indeed. That is a great point. Why 6'7"? When you can surely 6'9". Yes, indeed. That's what everybody should be doing, honestly.
Giggity, giggity.
Yes, indeed. Da-dum. So we're gonna have some topics tonight, guys. We are gonna have some topics. First thing on the docket, we're gonna talk about Jeff Johnson's daughter, the stabbing death of his daughter, 22-year-old Haley probably Haley Tobler. They are thinking the husband might have done it. It'll be interesting to see what comes from this case. We have a very limited amount of information, to be honest with you. It's going to be a relatively short story, but he was a Republican candidate, gubernatorial candidate in Minnesota, and he has suspended his campaign, which doesn't necessarily mean he's done. A suspension doesn't mean that they're done. It's usually the writing is on the wall when something like that happens, but that does leave the window open for him to come back, maybe after making sure his family is in the right spot and making sure that it's something that his family wants him to do. I don't know. I'd be done. I ain't gonna lie. I'd probably just be done if I lost a kid. But yeah, that really sucks. Really sad. And I guess when more information comes out, I'll give updates as we can. Because it's literally yesterday. So I did see. Apparently, this is not an official topic. We might look a little bit into it. But apparently, there was a shooting in Canada at a school, and like 9 people were either injured or killed. I didn't think that happened in Canada. Was it a single shot? Was it a shotgun? I don't know, but very, very sad. Ooh, gonna get you some deer meatloaf. Very nice. Been eating the heck out of some ground deer. Just a second. What's up, salty old fart over there on pill.net? Thanks for the red pill and the repost. As iron sharpens iron, so a friend sharpens a friend. You know, salty old fart, that is one of my favorite verses from the Bible. Not that specifically, that is a bit of a spin on it, but Proverbs 27:17. As iron sharpens iron, so too does man sharpen man. I love that. Love that one, and I try to do my best to live by that. Not perfect, though. Thanks, 17 George 76, for the red pill. Much appreciated. Oh, I forgot to check on pill.net to see if we hit our if we broke 100 followers. I think we might have. Let me check really quick. Really quick. Down. There we go. Let me see. Thanks to the new followers on Pilled, by the way. And thanks for the support over there. We are at 101 followers on Pilled.net. Huzzah! Huzzah! It's cool stuff. I really wish that Rumble would work with Pill.net and figure some stuff out. Maybe they could collaborate on some of the updates that could be coming to Rumble. Maybe. That'd be cool. Be an idea. Yeah, like I mentioned just before you bounced over here, all the buybacks up there, you had a shooting. Yeah, it's weird. It's weird. There was a shooting at a school in Canada, and yeah, you are doing your part. What's up, best man ever? Good to see you. 'Tis a dragon, a smoking dragon, one of the high dragons. He's getting it, guys. Lord Blaze, and for the record, I've been tired all day too. Last night's stream and chat was hard to leave. Can't do that again. Yeah, I stayed up way too late. After I got off the stream last night at like 1 o'clock or whatever it was, I stayed up for like 3 more hours because I don't know. I don't know. Brain wouldn't shut up, so I was up. Iron sharpens iron. So a man sharpens his friend's countenance. Yes, indeed. It's a good one. Proverbs 27:17. I like it a lot. But yes, we are going to talk about that. Very sad. The Minnesota news, and I guess we'll try to figure out a little bit more what's going on with Kanukistan. The Frostbacks are in trouble, guys. More so than normal. Then we're going to go ahead and move into some woo-woo topics, kind of. they talked about it. So AJ Gentile talked about it with Tucker Carlson last night, and I got a little bit of intrigue stirred within me. The story of Dorothy. Oh gosh, what is her name? Eady, Dorothy Eady. Yes, Eady. I think British girl that at a young age seemed like she was convinced that she knew things she shouldn't have known about some of these like exhibits, Egyptian exhibits, and then when she got to go to Egypt, she was pretty much able to guide people around and show people where things were, but she had never been there. Very interesting. Some theorize that it could, or hypothesize rather, that it could be a case of reincarnation. I don't know. I don't really believe in reincarnation. I don't think it's not something that I think is. I mean, there's some interesting cases where I think spirits maybe spirits may be involved. And I think that's a thing. I think spirits can happen, and I think maybe a spirit can maybe partially inhabit a body. Could be, anyways. Um, and then some knowledge might be imparted on a human being in that way that they should not have. That's just a thought. Could be. So after we talk about that, we do have an article. And by the way, the articles to the things that we're going to discuss tonight are in the description. There is a Discord link in there as well. Completely free to join the Discord. So if you want to hang out in the Discord community, that is an option. I think we've got like 42 or 43 people, maybe 45, something like that, over there in the Discord community. Completely free. And a bunch of different channels for all your different needs. What's up, Salty Old Fart, over here on Rumble? Good to see you guys on both platforms. Is a good idea. Still, but yeah, Brad Arnold, that was sad. Very sad. I think ever come to the 14-year-old girl who was arrested for defending a little sister last year. Yeah, they were vindicated. The couple that was you're talking about in like was it Ireland or Scotland or something like that? Yeah, that little girl that little girl was based and justified completely because they charged that couple with sexual assault and harassment because apparently right before they had been recording they had like touched in some way or another. Or been catcalling in a very provocative way towards some children, because that's what certain sand people do, guys. That's what certain sand people do. They go after the young teenagers, just like a lot of our politicians here in America. We're so fucked on that note, guys. The Epstein stuff just keeps coming, and you know what? You could feel the way you want to feel about Thomas Massey, but you got the DOJ to release like 18 more names, unredact to reveal 18 more names in the files. So we've got more and more people that are coming that we're getting information on. That were involved in grooming or victimizing children, and some of these, sadly, were the girls that were being victimized when they turned 18. They became the ones procuring little girls, and I feel for them. And there was an act in late January that Trump passed or signed into law, I think, about trafficking victims having some of their um, crimes forgiven or some type of leniency based on whether or not they were able to provide some information to take down some of the big ringleaders of these trafficking rings. And so maybe that's what that was about. We'll see, I suppose. But yeah, it was England. Yeah. Massey is based. And 18 more names came out. So evidently what he's doing is working. So you can criticize it all you want, but it's working. So more and more is coming out. They are doing what he said. Hey, I want them to fix their mistake. I'm going to assume that the DOJ wasn't being malicious, fix the mistake, and I won't have to read the names on the House floor. And they released like 18 more names. 6 of them were powerful men, and then quite a few of them were I guess the girls who had turned 18, 19, and were participating in the crime. So there's going to be more to come out from that. And even John Thune, apparently, Senator John Thune said that more needs to come out. So this is an issue that we need transparency on it. I mean, the Epstein Files Transparency Act is the name of the bill. It's the law. So 17 George 76 says he does have a strong belief in genetic memory. At least someone over there is, yeah. Genetic memory is interesting. Let's see. I have this feeling that the Guru meter is going to activate tonight. Possibly. I don't know though. I've picked topics that are hopefully not going to get me there. I don't know if I don't know. It's cathartic. It is cathartic, and I'm passionate about things. And usually, when I get the rants out, if you guys have watched my pattern, I'll get fired up about something. I get the rant out. It's something that I've usually thought about, and I hopefully articulate my rants rather well. Been told I have a relatively large rant muscle, um, and then I move on because you get the passion, you have the emotion, you have the energy, and then there's only so much you can do, and then you move on to the next thing. So I think it's good. There might be some rants. It's a possibility. But we are going to talk also about the London Hammer. I forgot who asked about that last night. I think it was Wise Elk had provided an article on the London Hammer. This is a not modern, but like not ancient, but pretty old hammer encased in stone. It's like it shouldn't be that way. Something had to have happened. There's got to be a good explanation for it, but we have an article about it, and we're going to read through that. And we're going to talk about the hammer that is encased in stone, hence the Egyptian priestess holding a hammer in stone. That is what Grok gave me. So that's what the thumbnail is. So you just want to know what beef jerky is? It's boys. It's human meat. That's what it is, Lower Blades. It's human meat. They had to take it to the lab. They had to walk it off to the lab to get it analyzed. Why? Why are you talking about beef jerky so much in these emails? Why are you talking about a restaurant with cannibal in the name? We're gonna have to have a little bit better explanation. A little bit better explanation than well, they just really like beef jerky. Bags and bags of beef jerky down in the freezer. Why are you putting beef jerky in the freezer? I don't put beef jerky in the freezer. Do you guys? Huh. Yeah. The hot dogs, the cream cheese, the beef jerky, the grape soda. There are some very, very evil people, demons, I would say, inhabiting human flesh that are doing horrendous things. And the emails are coming out. There's a whole bunch of them. A whole bunch. And I'm not going to read through all of them. I'll see them as they come, drip, drip, drip. But I'm not going to go and scour through these 3 million files, which I think is honestly part of the obfuscation, is to just dump millions and millions of files. So that most people are going to be like, well, shoot, am I really going to spend my time looking through all that? No, most normal people are not. So, yes, evil shenanigans. Indeed. Guys, did you know that any stream that we do, if we hit $50 worth of donations, I'll put on a fancy hat. We have many hats to wear. So little time. You wonder how much of more out there was Soylent Green. They were eating people. And Bill Maher's like, oh, Democrats weren't eating babies. Here's the thing. It wasn't just Democrats. Or absolutely. I'm going to go ahead and say they're most likely Republicans and Democrats. I don't think it was a party thing. I really don't. Just powerful people in general were eating babies. I mean, it's messed up, guys. It's messed up. But here we are. And then, guys, after we get done with that, you know what? I pulled up an emulator and might do a little bit of gaming tonight. If I feel froggy, we might get a little bit of premium in about an hour or so. I'll probably cut the other platforms at about an hour and get some premium time in. I do have to get 5 hours of premium streaming here on Rumble in per month, as I am in the creator program. We are 2 hours and 2.4 hours. So not going to get 2.5 hours tonight. I do have an early meeting and I have to get to bed earlier tonight. So I'm going to keep it a little bit shorter tonight. Not going to be a 4-hour stream like it was last night. And probably about 2 hours and 15 minutes tops, because Lady Dozer is getting a workout after work, and I want to hang out with her afterwards before we both crash and go to sleep. So, but cool spot. It's a cool game. It's the little 7-Up symbol that I showed you guys a few streams back, and I found an emulator, and I will just fiddle with it on my keyboard. Use left Alt spacebar to jump, arrow keys. I think we'll figure it out. Green Dorito. You like green Doritos? Yeah, the secret societies have people on both sides. They do. Mental Health 74 says, I saw a video on YouTube last night where a dude found a 400-year-old sword magnet fishing in a river. That would be so cool. I would be tempted. I would want to keep it, but it's probably worth a lot of money. but I'd probably want to keep it just so I could say I have it, because that means you're going to go on a quest. If you found a 400-year-old sword in the river, you're going on a quest. You don't get to decide at that point. Fate has fallen upon you, and you must make the kingdom right with that 400-year-old sword. I would say that's probably accurate. It's cool stuff, man. You like the flaming hot green Doritos? How are the sriracha Doritos? Dang it. I spoke too soon. One of them was still awake. Apparently, one of them was rubbing the other one's head. They were being sisters, cuddling, and because they were sleeping over tonight. And then apparently, she says the one's a little bit dramatic, the older one, says that the younger one punched her in the eye. It probably wasn't a punch. It was probably rubbing the forehead, fell asleep, and then, oh, well, hey there, Domino, kitty co-host. Hey there, kitty girl. She has been very, very needy. Okay. No, I told you no more Oreos tonight, child. Nah. I do have Oreos downstairs. Guys, I'm a fan of the have you had the naked Doritos or naked Doritos? Those are a thing now. They're in the white bag. Less of the dyes, the harmful dyes. And you know what? I think they're better. They don't make my mouth break out in canker sores. Regular Cool Ranch Doritos, if I eat a lot of them, the seasonings, I guess, are too acidic, and my mouth will break out in canker sores. Also, probably my body letting me know that it is a toxic poison that I'm putting into my body. But well, we're all gonna die someday. But yeah, I think we're gonna do a little bit of gaming tonight. So that is one of the tags. We'll see if that gaming tag puts me on the front page of Rumble, because gaming is the thing. I don't know. Whatever. I don't freaking care. I'm gonna do my thing regardless, guys. And I hope that I'm putting out a quality product that you guys want to come back here for. Yeah, I did pull that up. That's pretty cool. Found a sword magnet fishing in the river. We might take a look at that. Take a look at that later. We're gonna go ahead and dip our toes into the water here. And I check my bookmarks. I think I've got a couple things for you guys to warm you up before we get into the actual news. Yeah, we got one here. This is a feel good story. A white pill of a story. Short little clip, by Nick Sorter, posted by Nick Sorter. Amazing. Louisville police officers were frantically searching for a missing 3-year-old, and a dog came out of nowhere, jumping and barking, telling officers to follow him. The pup led officers straight to the boy, trapped inside a car. Police called it a blessing from God. I would say so. That dog's going to heaven. I don't know where the dog came from, but it was a blessing from God that day, said LMPD officer Josh Thompson. The little boy was safely taken out of the car by police and reunited with his parents. Thank God.
It is there.
It comes via police body cam footage from Louisville last month. A missing 3-year-old child. More than a half dozen officers on the search. They sent up a helicopter, but had no luck until this happened.
Oh, what's up, dude? There's a dog. Where's he at? Let's go.
That's Officer Josh Thompson responding to a dog that seemed to have something important to say.
It led me all the way back to the backyard. At that point, I'm thinking, okay, this kid's in this backyard.
And sure enough,
The dog went right to the back bumper.
He's a good boy.
Check the rear.
What's up, Hamburglar Halper?
Goes to the back bumper. Just sat there.
Yeah, he's right here.
after a quick lesson in car locks,
Grab and pull it. There we go.
I don't think I've ever seen a happier kid in my life. He jumped out of the car, bear hugged my neck, and wouldn't let go.
Good job, buddy.
the dog had cracked the case.
Lassie found him.
Man, I don't know where the dog came from, but it was a blessing from God that day.
100%.
And here's the thing about that dog. Officer Thompson says he'd been patrolling that neighborhood for 2 years and had never seen the dog before that moment. And he hasn't seen the dog since that day. And to this very day, the department still does not know who the dog belongs to.
That's yeah, I would say, guard doggy and angel. I like that. Good doggo. Good doggo. I don't know why. I thought this was gonna be a video or something, but it's not. It's. I think it's doing the whole. Oh, there's
So I
a.
saw this post on the internet and thought it was very interesting. Guys only. How long did it take you? And then I saw the original post and read the comments, and the same thing. Guys like, what do you mean? What do you mean? I saw my other friend. She's like, what do you mean? He's like, I don't see anything. You mean the girl in the yellow this right here? No, I mean Godzilla and the back.
Yeah, I noticed Godzilla first thing. I don't know why. That was stupid. I don't even know why I marked that. I really don't. You guys want to hear what Bad Buddy sounds like without auto-tune? Without his track playing? It's pretty rough. What's up, Silva Sojourn? So I got my Discord account terminated for posting some of the unredacted Epstein files. Nothing even sexual in nature, just unredacted names and emails about murdering or eating kids. Yeah, Discord will get you for stuff like that. Discord's not very... they're certainly not free speech. You cannot go hard on Discord. You just can't. Yeah, the Guardian angel felt his Jesus sense tingling. I would agree. Here's what Bad Bunny sounds like without all the tech stuff to back up his voice. That's real. I thought it wasn't real. It's real. He's got his like headphones in, and I guess he's got his track in his ears, and so he's hearing the music still, and he's singing the way he would sound, just doing his singing, if you want to call it that. It's bad. Sounds like that deaf African. Salvador says, as someone who speaks Spanish, most of what he says is gibberish or crude slang. That's what I've heard. That's what I've heard from the people who speak Espanol. And the crazy thing is, like, people try to act like it's such a Mexican thing or such a anti-white thing to be speaking Spanish. You guys know that Spanish is from Spain, right? And you know Spaniards are European. Now, is it the traditional, Spanish? Maybe not. There's probably some differences, but still, you're speaking Spanish because you got conquered, the conquistadors down there in Central and South America. That's why you speak Spanish. It is mumble Spanish. Oh no! When did Bad Bunny graduate from the Quality Leering Center? Yes. Salty for it looks like a singer trying to interpret to the audience. Yes, it is an interpretive dance and noises. Sounds as retarded as it acts. Yes. Small dogs cry out in pain when he sings. Yes, that's probably right. Not good. Not good at all. It's had a really cool thing. A woman offered up her vehicle when a cop was in hot pursuit of somebody, and I'm not gonna lie, this would be so cool to be this person to help.
A cop in hot pursuit of a shoplifting suspect.
Quick pursuit for dealers. White female, gray top.
He runs after her across the parking lot. But it looks like he's out of luck as the accused thief jumps into a getaway car.
Get out! Stop! Stop the vehicles!
The cop can only watch in frustration as the car zooms away. Then, out of nowhere, a woman driving by in her car sees what's happening and makes an audacious offer. The cop runs around to the passenger side and does just that.
Follow him, go.
He and his civilian crime-fighting partner go after the car.
They're right there. They're going around the back.
I'm in a vehicle with a civilian. I'm going to try to keep sight of him.
The officer directs other cops via his radio.
It turned right onto town center towards the circle.
You see him?
Yeah.
The civilian has no flashing lights or sirens, so she has to drive carefully. But she and the officer keep the suspect's car in sight until it's boxed in by the cops. As the officer jumps out, the woman has a parting message.
Thank you for your service.
It's game over for the shoplifting suspect and the accused getaway driver. And here's that woman who found herself chasing after the suspects.
I just thought, I'm in a car and I'm faster in my car than he is running.
I spoke to mother of three, Leslie Smith, and Sergeant Jeffrey
That's one bad mama right there.
Cars after she was honored by police at a ceremony in
Leslie Smith.
Slidell, Louisiana.
Oh,
Were you nervous
brothers hug.
at all to get involved?
I wasn't, actually. I just wanted to do whatever I could to help out.
I like that. I wanted to help out. Bravo.
So, what did Leslie do right after the suspected shoplifter was arrested?
I made a U-turn and went back to shopping.
Women be shopping. Stopping crime and shopping. Stopping and shopping. It's good stuff. Great stuff. That'll warm your heart just a little bit. Just a little bit, guys. Just a little. All right. Let's get into the first topic. We had some positive energy there for you. Now we got a little bit of a sad story here about Minnesota. Minnesota gubernatorial candidate Jeff Johnson dropped out of the race, suspended his campaign for governor in Minnesota after the stabbing death of his 22-year-old daughter, Haley Marie Tober, 22-year-old female. They are thinking it's probably the husband. We have an article from the Daily Mail, and we're going to get into it. Tantalum. Oh, well, I see you in the chat here, Tantalum. Don't know what's going on there. Rumble might be rumbling. It happens. Pushing that Canvas 2.0 update, which I'm excited about. I want to see it. So, I was in her apartment. A Minnesota gubernatorial candidate has dropped out of the race after his daughter was found stabbed to death inside her home. Haley Marie Tobler, 22, the daughter of Republican gubernatorial candidate Jeff Johnson, was found dead from multiple stab wounds inside her apartment at around 8:20 p.m. on Saturday, police in St. Cloud said. Her husband, Dylan Tobler, 23, also sustained life-threatening injuries, but officers believe his injuries are self-inflicted and that he is the person responsible for Haley's injuries and death, noting they were found inside a locked apartment. As of Saturday night, Dylan was reported in stable condition at St. Cloud Hospital, where he was in police custody. NPR News reports. Charges against him are now pending as the Minnesota Bureau of Criminal Apprehension, MBCA, assists local authorities in its investigation. In the meantime, the Republican Party of Minnesota announced that Johnson has suspended his campaign. In a statement on the family tragedy, an update said party members are heartbroken by the loss. There are no words that can adequately express the sorrow we feel for Jeff and his family. Party officials said in a statement, the loss of a child is unimaginable, and our thoughts and prayers are with them as they grieve this devastating tragedy. Out of respect for his family and the enormity of this loss, Jeff has suspended his campaign for governor of Minnesota, they continued. We ask all Minnesotans to join us in lifting up the Johnson family during this incredibly painful time. So I guess that would be her and her possibly murderous husband. Damn. You never know about people. So apparently that's Jeff Johnson, a former St. Cloud City Council member who was running for governor. Johnson, a former St. Cloud City Council member, was campaigning to secede and battled Governor Tim Walz on a platform focused on fraud, crime, and economic trouble. The St. Cloud Times reports. He's faced a crowded Republican field, which included MyPillow CEO Mike Lindell and retired MMA fighter Brad Kohler, and received less than 1% of the vote in the state's caucus earlier this month. Yeah, he probably needs to go ahead and just drop out. Probably needs to drop out. Probably no point there. Following the news, his daughter's untimely death, several of his former opponents shared their condolences. Minnesota's House Speaker Lisa DeMuth, for example, issued a statement saying that the Johnson family is walking through an unspeakable tragedy right now, and my prayers are with them every step of the way. As a parent, I can't imagine the grief and devastation they're experiencing right now. She continued asking her followers to please join me in keeping the Johnsons in our thoughts and prayers as they navigate a situation that no family should have to endure. Another Republican gubernatorial candidate, Peggy Bennett, issued a statement Monday saying she cannot even imagine the heartbreak and sorrow that Jeff and his family are experiencing right now. My heart breaks for them, she said. I am holding Jeff and his family up in prayer during this incredibly difficult and heartbreaking time. Amy Klobuchar said, my condolences to Jeff Johnson and his entire family for the loss of their daughter on Saturday night. John and I are praying for all those who loved her during this unimaginably difficult time. Really, really sucks. Minnesota Representative Kristen Robbins, who is also running against Johnson in the primary, wrote on X, heartbroken, this really sucks, all this stuff. Okay, so we just have a bunch of comments from people being sad. Oh, look at that. Yeah. So that's about all we have on that. It's relatively fresh. There's really not that much on it. Um, they're young, got it, young couple. Probably haven't even been married that long. Oh no. um, darn it, Hamburglar helper. Darn it. Yeah, I would like to have more information for sure, and there will be more that comes out. But man, a 23-year-old and a husband and a 22-year-old wife, young couple, and looking like it was probably a murder and attempted suicide. Wow. What's up, Mr. Joe Man over there on Pill.net? Which brings me to this: if you're struggling with stuff, talk to somebody for the love of God. Don't do something like that. Actually, reach out. There are plenty of people. There are plenty of people. You can call a bunch of numbers. You can look online. A quick search of the interwebs, and there are all kinds of crisis hotlines that you can access, so that you don't do something insane. If you ever feel like you're going to do something insane, stop for a second, take a breath, and talk to somebody. Don't do that stuff. Yeah. Tragic. So tragic. Man. And just like the thought of having one of your kids die before you is just unimaginable. I agree. Unimaginable is just, I can't even comprehend that kind of loss. Just just insanely awful. But yeah, definitely needs to take time off the campaign and be with his family, for sure. For sure. Well, that was a quick first topic. On to the second topic, guys. A possibly reincarnated Egyptian priestess in Dorothy Eady. They talked about it last night in the Tucker Carlson AJ Gentile interview. And when they mentioned it, when he talked about it briefly, I was fascinated. My interest was piqued. And I figured, hey, why not make it a topic and we'll talk about it tonight. I could talk about Epstein stuff again, but I'm honestly just I'm just so wore out with it. I am quite fatigued by the lack of accountability. That's what I'm wore out about. I'm not wore out about the information. That's going to keep coming out too. So as it comes out, we'll talk about it more. Oh shoot, do we want to look up the Canadian shooting first though? I want to look at this one really quick. This is an impromptu topic, guys. I'm squirreling. Haha. Imagine that. Tumbler Ridge school shooting. What was it? It's night. What were they? Is it a college? 10 people have died. Holy shit. Including the shooter. Oh, so it's 9 people died. It was on Tuesday night. Secondary school. Oh my gosh. And a connected residential property. This is insane. Darkness fatigue with the kitty. Yeah. They were eating babies. Let's look at the BBC. BBC? No. That's just an update. Comments as they're coming. We'll check Bay News 9. Prayers for everybody involved with this. This is horrific. Wow. School and home. What does that mean? What's going on with that? I might put this link to this article in the description after the show. All right, Laura, just listening for a while. That's fine. Yeah. So looks like this is from baynews9.com by Associated Press, published 10:37 p.m. Eastern Time, so 9:37. Oh wow, cool. This is a brand new one practically, just in the last hot off the presses, guys. Hot off the presses. Vancouver, Canada. AP: a shooting at a school in British Columbia left 8 dead. Apparently 9 now, including the suspect, with 2 or more people found dead at a home believed to be connected to the incident. Okay, so 8 dead at the school, Canadian authorities said Tuesday. The Royal Canadian Mounted Police said more than 25 people are injured, including 2 who were airlifted to the hospital with life-threatening injuries after the shooting at Tumbler Ridge Secondary School. School shootings are rare in Canada. The town of Tumbler Ridge, which has a population of about 2,400 people, oh my gosh, is more than 1,000 kilometers, 600 miles north of Vancouver, near the border of with Alberta. The provincial government website lists Tumbler Ridge Secondary School as having 175 students. grades 7 to 12. My God, I hope. It's late. What would they have been doing? Like, was there like some sports stuff going on? Like, this just happened, Hamburglar Helper. This is like within the last couple hours. My God, only 175 students. That's a small school. That's like town I grew up in. 2,400 people. I had a graduating class of 40. Jesus, this is terrible. Something that might have a little more detail. Okay, we'll check that out here in a second. I'll finish through this, and then check that out. Okay. We will global news. What else more? Alleged woman in a dress carried out. It's dark. Woman in a dress. Could be a tranny. Who knows? This rough. Let's see. Grade 7 to 12, RCMP Superintendent Ken Floyd told reporters that investigators had identified the shooter but would not release a name, but that the suspect's motive remained unclear. They obviously wanted to kill people. We are not in a place to understand why or what may have motivated this tragedy, Floyd said. He added the police are still investigating how the victims are connected to the shooter. And here's the thing, if it is a trainee and they try to respect the pronouns, fuck, you just pathetic cucks, if so. I will never, ever respect your pronouns if you kill people. Or if you're a shithead. Honestly, I'm going to avoid using an incorrect pronoun and I'll just say your name when I want to. Or hey, you. It's just, I'm not going to indulge in your delusions. Sorry. Not sorry. He added police are still investigating how the victims are connected to the shooter. As part of the initial response to the active shooting, police entered the school to locate the threat. During the search, officers located multiple victims. An individual believed to be the shooter was also found deceased with what appears to be a self-inflicted injury, RCMP said in a statement. The statement added that 7 people, including the suspect, were found dead at the scene, and 8 died while being transported to a hospital. An 8th. Okay, there was typos. An 8th died while being transported to the hospital. The Peace River School District said earlier Tuesday that there was a lockdown and secure and hold at both the secondary school and the Tumbler Ridge Elementary School. Larry Newfield, the member of the legislature for Peace River South, told reporters that at the legislature that an excess of resources, including RCMP and ambulance support, have been sent to the community. He said he didn't want to release any more information over concerns that it might jeopardize the safety of the ongoing operation. British Columbia Premier David Eady said in a statement, "Our hearts are in Tumbler Ridge tonight with the families of those who have lost loved ones. Government will ensure every possible support for community members in the coming days as we all try to come to terms with this unimaginable tragedy." Canada's government has responded to the previous mass shootings with gun control measures, of course, including a recently broadened ban on all guns it considers assault weapons. Tuesday's shootings were Canada's deadliest rampage since 2020, when a gunman in Nova Scotia killed 13 people and set fires that left another 9 dead. Wow. Freaking terrible. That sucks. Definitely praying for all the families of the victims. Yeah. And anybody that's in peril, possibly, in danger of losing their life. Please let the medical professionals guide their hands, steal their will so they can help keep those people from passing. That's terrible. Here we have from Metal Mouth, X Alerts. Let's check this out here. Breaking tragedy struck small Canadian town after an alleged woman in a dress, quote unquote, carried out a mass shooting near a school. The attack killed 9 and wounded dozens more. Officials have not released the victim identities or suspect's name, though the active shooter has been neutralized. Initial reports describe the suspect as a woman in a dress. No active threat. Let's listen to this.
Taken 10 lives.
We're going to continue our coverage.
Taken 10 lives.
We're going to continue our coverage over on BC. Thanks for watching the News Hour.
What's up, Bartavello?
All right, thank you for joining us for continuing coverage of what is a very dramatic and terrible story coming out of Tumbler Ridge after a number of people were killed. 9 victims, 10 if you include the shooter.
Nope.
We're going to go back to the media address right now from RCMP Superintendent Ken Floyd, answering questions with very few answers about exactly what happened there. Let's listen in.
Mr. Joe mentioned she
Just
shot
wondering
herself.
what sort
Apparently,
of supports are going to be in place for victims' families, for the students at the school. I know it's like everything that's evolving, but I just was wondering, what sort of what's going to happen up here.
Yeah, Trent, thank you. I live and work in Prince George, and our communities are tight-knit. We're spread out across the northern part of the province, but we are a close community-oriented group of BC citizens. We have multiple layers of support coming for our students, for our teachers,
what's up,
for
Spidey
our
Pie?
community of Tumbler Ridge, for our front line and first responders.
So I just want to know what kind of school is this? Are the kids do they stay there? Is it like a boarding school? Like this appears to have happened in the evening. So, there we go.
That we're part of this unfolding event and are going to be working through that in the days and years to come. I've had an opportunity to speak with the mayor. I've had an opportunity to speak with politicians. Your businesses are stepping up to provide support as best as they can. And I think that really speaks to the fiber of the North District and the northern part of British Columbia and exactly what it will take to get through this together. And I pass that on to the mayor. I let Daryl know and I let provincial leaders know that we are in this together. The RCMP will be part of this healing because we're part of the Tumbler Ridge community and we will be there through all of this together. So those supports will continue. I let the commander know.
Good question, Tantala.
That anything he is looking
for. Hamburglar Helper, you're a Canadian, aren't you? Is this would this have had more light at this time of a couple hours ago? I don't know. Still though, why would a secondary school have a bunch of people there unless they were having like a staff meeting? Possibly. It doesn't sound like kids were involved. It sounds like it was adults. So maybe it was like a staff gathering or something like that. And welcome into the Dozer Den, Slidey Pie. Been a minute. Glad you're here.
I will do everything I can to provide to him and his team and their families, because at the end of the day, every citizen and every person in Tumbler Ridge, including our first responders, are going home to their families to try and explain this. And sometimes there's just not a way to explain this. So we'll continue providing that support, however it's needed. Thank you very much. I appreciate your time, and I'm committed to providing more answers to you in the coming days. Good evening.
All right, that's the RCMP's North District Commander, Superintendent Ken Floyd, giving us the latest on the situation in Tumbler Ridge, where 9 people were killed today and a shooter was found dead, for a total of 10 dead in Tumbler Ridge in this mass shooting event, which began at Tumbler Ridge. Well, we don't know where it began, but a number of people were found dead at Tumbler Ridge Secondary, and 2 more were found dead at another location.
I'm struck by how little they were able to say.
It was a secondary school, so it was like 7th to 12th grade, apparently, Harry, Hamburglar Helper. So I'm guessing it was adults there at a after-school function or maybe a sporting event. That's what I would guess. And we don't know the demographics of the victims, so yet. That'll be coming out, I'm sure.
About the details that most people are very concerned about learning. How many children, potential students, were involved? We don't know. He wasn't able to tell us anything about that. 2 people were found at a second location, deceased. They're not able to tell us who those people are or any of their connection to the school or to the...
I swear, if it's a tranny, so they said woman in a dress. I mean, it very likely could have been something like where they go to the tranny goes to the school, shoots up the school, and then goes back to, their parents' house and kills their parents. Because, I mean...
the shooter. There's no information on the weapon used. He wasn't willing to discuss that.
Or weapons. He used weapons plural a couple of times, and so we don't know if there was more than one weapon.
Yeah.
We know that they called it an active shooter incident, but were there other weapons involved as well? In addition to the death toll being 10, 9 plus the shooter, 25 people, we understand from RCMP, were triaged by local...
Harry Toe, good luck with your butt replacement.
health officials, and 2 more are in very serious condition. And the RCMP are saying that the RCMP commander was saying he doesn't know whether the death toll number could rise, calling it a very dramatic scene.
Yeah, and multiple victims in need of critical care when first responders first entered the school. All right, we're going to continue with our coverage. Jordan Armstrong joins us as well. He's been monitoring some of the latest developments as well. It's a very fluid situation, as we've mentioned throughout the evening, and details continue to roll in.
Chris, we're talking about a community of just 2,000 people. So when you have dozens showing up in the local hospital with injuries, we're told that more than 2 dozen were triaged for non-life-threatening injuries at the local hospital. That obviously would have been overwhelming.
It might be a hospital at a bigger town close to them. That's how it was where I grew up.
Now, as you mentioned, RCMP
drive 30 minutes to get to town for grocery shopping. Actual like the Walmart.
We have now confirmed a total of 10 people are dead. That includes the suspect who died of a self-inflicted wound. We'll break it down a bit here with some graphics. 6 victims were found dead in the high school. 2 victims, according to police, were found dead at a separate location. That location, we understand, is a home. We're still trying to confirm the exact location in Tumbler Ridge or near Tumbler Ridge of that home. Police also say 1 victim died en route to hospital. As for those injured, 2 victims were airlifted to hospital with serious injuries, possibly as far away.
So 25 triaged at the site, so likely that was the main focus at the school. I bet you it was a sporting event.
As a hospital in Edmonton, we did see a number of air ambulances coming to the region, both from BC and Alberta. And as I mentioned, 25 others were triaged, according to police, at the local medical center for non-life-threatening injuries. Let's go back. This started, Chris and Sophie.
Absolutely, Jordan. Thank you for that. Yeah, very small community. And we heard the RCMP commander as well saying, even though he's headquartered in Prince George, that the entire RCMP community includes Tumbler Ridge as well, and it's their community as well.
Yeah, and he was grateful for the cooperation and for the reach outs that have happened since this happened. He was also very quick to thank the Tumbler Ridge Clinic. Obviously, first responders got a look at and had to triage the injured, and he was, made a point of thanking the people, the staff at the clinic, for some of that life-saving, early, critical care that I'm sure made a difference for a lot of those victims.
We are not in a place now to be able to understand why and what may have motivated this tragedy.
Okay, that's just on repeat now. Damn. It's crazy stuff. I wonder if this.
As Jordan mentioned, the initial description of the active shooter suspect when this started unfolding early this afternoon is a female in a dress, but we don't know much more beyond that. And the RCMP Superintendent Ken Floyd saying repeatedly, we don't want to speculate. As Jordan mentioned, the initial description of the active shooter suspect.
Say 24 minutes ago, but they can't have firearms, so this can't happen. Yep. Oh no. I hope this is grain of salt here with this. We're in the X comments, guys. Not everything is 100% true. Damn. It's crazy that that's the first thought people have, though. That's the first thought people have is, man, was it a tranny? Finkel is Einhorn. Einhorn is Finkel. Somebody apparently in a Cunnel. This is the internet, so doesn't, like I said, big grain of salt with this. Says, hi, everyone. My name's Anna, and I'm from Tumblr. Moved here a few months ago, and I'm going to say the biggest tragedy I've ever seen in my life. Like this young man dressed up as a girl, killed his mom, kid, brother, and sister, then decided he was going to go. See, that's too many people. 3 people would have been 3 people at the scene, or I guess 1 person maybe en route to the hospital. Such tragedy. Hope every parent learns from this tragedy. I give my prayers to all the families. Yeah. Let's see what this one says here, though. This was an hour ago. Tumbler Ridge mass shooting. Suspect has been confirmed to be a transgender teenager. This person says that they live 4 doors down the road and was on scene initially. And the suspect killed his mother and brother with a shotgun, then killed 7 more at the high school and injured 20. Oh, okay. Wow. Yeah, Andy knows on it. Let's see if it's true, I guess. Shit. I don't know what it's going to take. I don't know what it is going to take for communities and society to realize that we should be helping these people, not affirming their delusions. When you affirm their delusions, they get sicker and sicker. They don't find their sense of self. They don't become whole. They become broken and more broken and more broken because they're never going to be able to attain what they desire. They want fulfillment. They want belonging. They want to feel comfortable in their own skin by removing bits and pieces of themselves spiritually and physically. And it never goes well. There are some cases with these with individuals that are adults that they might be okay. If you're an adult, I don't really care. Just don't try to force my language. Yeah, they did. Gender identity disorder. GID. That's what it used to be called. If it was an attack on Jewish people, it would be well known within 4 seconds. Sorry, it's the truth. Maybe. I don't know. I mean, this is pretty quick information for a story that just happened. So, breaking news in the Dozer Den on that front, guys. I broke news for somebody from Kanakistan, Hamburglar Helper. Sorry to break bad news to you about your own place, but there it is. That sucks. Prayers for everybody involved. Hopefully, they'll probably, like you said, though, they had a bunch of Muslims do a panel on Islamophobia. They'll probably have a transphobia panel if this was in fact a trans person. Man, it really sucks. Well, it's about 2,400 is what they're saying. That's what we read in the previous article, and what they were saying, it was around a little over 2,000. So it's probably about 2,400 people. Man, that's about the same size as the town I grew up in. It used to be over 3,000. Then people moved away. That's how it goes. It's how it goes. Man, if more information pops up as I'm checking on, let's check on X real quick. Actually, my homepage, and see if anything new has come out. Shit, Raw's alert says, did they say gun person? Did they say gun person? I didn't catch that. Raw's alerts, which can be hit or miss sometimes. At least 10 people found are dead and 25 injured after a mass shooting, school shooting that took place in Tumbler Ridge, Canada. Police say they have identified the shooter and that the woman was wearing a dress, but they're calling it a gun person. But they'll not be releasing further details at the time for privacy and investigative reasons. Let's hear.
That includes the deceased gun person.
Oh.
Fuck.
Gun person.
Okay.
Gun person.
Okay.
Person.
Okay.
Gun person. Gun person.
Okay. And then separately, do you know the gun person's relationship to the...
Yeah, gun person's not a typical thing that you're gonna say. Shit. Okay. We gotta have a dark sense of humor. Guys. Levity is what we need. Right here. There's the gun person. If you just accept us, we wouldn't have to hurt you. So often. That be the case. That be the case. I really, really am tired of seeing this. And they are very easily, could be MK Ultra. Yes, it's very easily, these people are manipulated. They are on medications that will make them more open to suggestions. So, training confirmed? Not yet. Not yet, Mr. Joe Man. Calm down. I don't know. We'll see. As far lefties, they like those bits of themselves with a bit of a bit of fava beans. Yeah, I haven't heard anybody referred to as a gun person. It's gunmen. I guess I really haven't heard gun woman, but I've heard gunman. Let's talk about a possible reincarnation, guys. On to a different topic. Dorothy, Eady. This is from SETI, I think news, something like that. This topic popped up in the discussion between AJ Gentile and Tucker Carlson that we watched last night, which was a fantastic thing to watch with you guys. Really enjoyed where your guys' heads were at in the chat. Very, very interesting conversations that were going on. And there were some really cool springboards for conversation throughout that interview. So we stretched what was like an hour and 26 minutes into like 2 hours solid, just talking about it. So a nice county. Yes. Thanks for breaking that, Bill, even though it's dark. Yeah, hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. And, at least Harry Toe is going to get a new butt, guys. At least Harry Toe 2 is going to get a new butt. That's the most important thing that we got here. What is going on here? Just a second. I don't think Lady Dozer meant to message me. Possibly. We'll see. At McDonald's? Oh, it was a guy. I had to, we went to McDonald's earlier, and they forgot the 10-piece nuggets for the boy. He was okay. He ate the cheeseburger that I got just in case one of them wasn't in the bag or wasn't what he wanted, because sometimes you gotta do that. I figured, hey, I'd eat the one that he didn't eat. You should get a robo butt. Yes, robo butt, robot. Haha. Harry Toe and his robot. Excuse me. Let's get on to this story. Penis lady shooter, exactly. Steady, a British woman whose life was lined by reincarnation and connected to a pharaoh. When Dorothy Eady arrived to Egypt for the first time, it was obvious to her that she had been there before. But her last visit near the Nile may have taken place thousands of years earlier. Oh my. Mental health. With a... And then Harry Toe with a... Very nice. That's one of the emotes that you get when you subscribe to BillDozer74, or if you are lucky enough to be gifted a sub. That's right, you guys can shower the chat with your love, or spray the chat with your love. You can light it up red. Spread that rumble rash, guys. That's what we need. A beautiful, beautiful MAGA red chat. That's what I like to see. Me too, Dozer. Don't forget about Bobble Trump over here. I like to see the red too. It's quite warms my little bobblehead heart. Yes, indeed. Yes, you can say kiss my shiny metal ass. If you get a robot, as some might say, I do expect you to say something like that at some point, Harry Toe 2. I really do.
Hey, what kind of party is this?
A robot party. A robot party, Bender. Indeed. Indeed. There you go. Let's see. Dorothy was born January 6, 1904 in the London suburb of Blackheath. Doctors believed she would not survive a terrible fall when she was 3 years old. She got a spirit on her. Okay, so I read this story earlier, and I wasn't sure if that was true, but this is two different sources that are corroborating that she had a terrible fall when she was 3 years old. However, it seems that the accident she faced was the beginning of her unbelievable life, a moment of opening the gate to memories of a past life, or she almost died and had a near-death experience. Could have been that. And maybe something imparted some knowledge on her. That's interesting. Over the years, many skeptics tried to disprove Eady's mystifying tale, but nobody could ever fully negate that she was one of Pharaoh Seti's 1290 to 1279 BC lovers. Damn. What's up, Chevy Con Queso? Was medication in Dorothy's distant past? Oh. She's born in 1904. Probably not. What you got, Selva Sojourn, there in the chat? Oh, yeah, that's fun. We do care about your butt, Harry Toe. We do. Chevy Con Queso, I don't believe I've seen you in the chat before. Or if I have, it's been a minute. But if you're new here, welcome to the Dozer Den. Good to see you. I stream Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday at 9 p.m. Central. Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, 3 to 4 news topics. Palate cleansers sprinkled about because you got to break up the monotony. Saturday streams is a hangout stream, a decompressed stream, a chill stream for all you amazing killdozers here in the Dozer Den. And of course, we take music video requests for the Dozer Den DJ Hour, where you can rock out with your cock out, jam out with your clam out. Those are the only two options. If you are intersex, I ask that you please pick a fucking lane. Okay? There's only two. Just pick one. It's reasonable. Very reasonable. What's up, Crazy Duck Lady? Good to see you. The grandpa was grandma was born in 1906 and lived to 98 years old. Well, gosh darn. If you ever notice, they're always coming. I will absolutely let Lady Dozer know that you said hi. Yeah, she got the nugs. Replacement nugs. Very nice. Drake out tool. Drake out. Yes, indeed. All right, let's get back into this story about Dorothy Eady. Was she a reincarnated Egyptian priestess? I'm skeptical, but apparently so were a lot of people. I'm be more inclined to believe that after this near-death experience where she was 3 years old and fell down the stairs and almost died, apparently they thought she was dead, and then she, I guess, revived. She may have been, spirit may have been involved. I don't know. An ancient king's lover? Dorothy grew up in a Christian family, and she attended church regularly when she was young. One day, her parents took her to the British Museum. While looking at the photograph of the temple of Seti I, a pharaoh of the 19th dynasty of the New Kingdom period, and the father of Ramses II, she said it was her home. She couldn't understand why there were no gardens and trees around the temple, but she recognized the monuments and other artifacts in the rooms of the Egyptian collection. She kissed the feet of the statues and very soon after decided to study ancient Egyptian hieroglyphs. And apparently she took to them rather quickly, according to A.J. Gentile. Harry Toe, rock on with a heart on. Bill lies, and there is a third option. Nice. So one of the teachers was the famous E.A. Wallace Budge, who encouraged her to study the history of ancient Egypt. Dorothy was 15 years old when she described her the first dream meeting she had with the mummy of Pharaoh Seti I, or Seti the First. Duh, I'm an idiot. Seti the First. She claimed that he made her remember her past life. With time, she turned more and more to the ancient religion and stopped feeling attached to Christianity. Well, that's sad. She got possessed by a demon, y'all. Freaking ancient Egyptian demon. Yeah, Seti the First. Yep, I figured it out eventually. Oh my goodness gracious, what just happened in the chat? What just happened in the chat? Look at that. Harry Toe coming in like an absolute freaking Chad. Absolute Chad in the chat. Showering the chat with his love. Or spraying the chat with his love. 5 gifted subs on a Tuesday evening. Guys, that gets us halfway to Fancy Hat Goal. I feel like I need a Pharaoh hat now. I talk about Egypt quite a bit. But I'm not going to lie. That makes me... That 5 gifted subs is such a delightful, delightful, tasty donation that it makes me want to play one of my favorite clips. Jews in Space.
C. Jews in space.
We're Jews out in space. We're zooming along, protecting the Hebrew race. We're Jews out in space. If trouble appears, we'll put it right back in its place. When Goyim attack us, we'll give them a smack, we'll slap them right back in the face.
Huzzah! And now, look at that. Hamburglar Helper and Chevy Con Queso Are you brand new here? Brand new here, getting a gifted sub? You now have access to a plethora of wondrous, stupendous, fantabulous emotes, such as the slap of that peach. Sometimes you gotta slap that peach, guys. Sometimes you gotta do it. Very important. Very important. Let's check out the repost really quick, because I do appreciate you guys reposting this stream, commenting in the comment section. Commenting is caring. Reposting helps spread the word of the Dozer Den so that we may welcome more Killdozers into the Killdozer army. Currently, metaphorical. Probably gonna stay that way. Probably gonna stay that way, guys. Let's check it out on the repost in the comments. We got Bartavello with a repost, Selva Sojourn with a repost, Ma Bill, thanks for following the channel, Tantalum with a comment and a repost of this stream, Tim Finman with a comment and a repost as well, and Frogs, wait, that was from last night, but thanks, I didn't catch that one last night though. Frog Springs did the repost of the last stream we did, so thank you guys so much for that support. It's a very, very free way that you can help support the channel. When you repost, everybody that follows your channel is going to be able to see that you reposted it, and it goes in a repost tab on Rumble. So hey, you know, there it is. It's very good, very good. Mental health with a and Harry Toe with a slap of that peach. Very important, very important. Look at the jiggle physics, guys. Oh, it's so good, so good. Good to see. I have no idea what that means. Intergalactic era? Oh, yeah, there we go, there we go. Oy vey, stop missing. You know what ammo costs in the intergalactic era? What are you doing, Annie? Why do you miss? I shouldn't be able to do that well. Back to the story. The prequels to Star Wars are so racist. It's great. See, Dorothy married the Egyptian Iman Abdel Megid in 1931. This marriage was like a ticket to her beloved Egypt, where she became an English teacher. When her feet touched Egypt's land for the first time, she kissed the ground and felt like she was welcomed by her old home. She had a son who she called Seti. In this period, she reported having visions related to Hora, or Hor-Ra. She also discovered her ancient Egypt name, Bentreshet, meaning harp of joy. In her visions, she also saw her ancient family. I think a demon or something, or a spirit possessed this individual when she almost died when she was 3 years old. That's what I think happened. Yep. Look at all those emotes. My God. So much energy. Energico. Very nice. Hora. Tuak. Crazy duck lady. Dorothy said that she was a daughter of one of Seti I's soldiers and a woman who sold vegetables. I wonder what kind of vegetables. Her mother died when she was 3 years old, and she was given to the temple in Abydos, where she grew up and became a priestess. At 12 years old, she claimed she became a consecrated virgin, but a few years later, she met a living god, Pharaoh Seti I. They became lovers, and Bentreshet got pregnant. Unfortunately, the lover's fate was not a happy one. The high priest of the temple told her that the situation was a huge offense against Isis and would cause many problems for Pharaoh, so she decided to commit suicide. Well, that sucks. Huh. I've heard of Abydos before. Very interesting. Really quick, though. Really quick. My God. My God, did we get a $1 Rumble rant? We got a $1 Rumble rant. Turning the chat blue. Slidey Pie. Thank you very much for that $1 Rumble rant. It gets us to $26 on the night. That is right, $24 away from Fancy Hat Goal on a Tuesday. A $1 Rumble rant. Turning the chat a lovely, lovely shade of blue. If the chat goes blue, you know what we must do. We must play the blue sound, guys. I had fun with that. Yes. Yes, indeed. The bagpipes girl will come back, okay? But I had to give the moves. The moves were demanded, and I can't say no to that. Egyptian cucumbers were her favorite. Tantalum. Were they making pickles? Abydos is the planet that we sealed ourselves from as a planet to keep the ghouls off Earth. Yes, that's where it was coming to my head. That I fell off of watching Stargate, guys. I was rewatching Stargate for a while, and then I started watching X-Files. So I might have undiagnosed ADD. I don't know. Okay, I can't finish one series. I end up skipping and hopping around from thing to thing. So I do that with books too, and tasks. It's a wonder that I even function, honestly. But it all gets done eventually. It just takes a minute. All right. The Eternal City of Abydos. After 19 years of living in Cairo, Dorothy Eady decided to move to Abydos. She was 52 years old, and she set up a home near the mountain Pega the Gap. According to ancient beliefs, it was a mountain which was the road to the afterlife. At this stage of life, she started to be called Seti, meaning mother of Seti. Well, yeah, I guess that makes sense. She named her kid Seti. Hyperspace bypass. Yes, indeed. And the tasks. Meh. Wait a second. Let me check some real quick. Oh, yeah. Good stuff. I saw that. Yes, Tantalum. Pega the Gap. She was into it. Into it, guys. She had that strap. Where are we at here? Okay, Amsadi believed she was finally back home. During one of her visits to the temple, the chief inspector from the antiquities department decided to check her knowledge. He was curious how realistic her explanations were. Dorothy was asked to stand next to the wall paintings in the darkness. She was then asked to identify them with what she remembered from her past life. Yes, Amber. Bill's brain is a bunch of hamsters flying around on go-karts. Yes. When Eady accomplished the task without any mistakes, many people stopped doubting her story. Her life in Abydos was full of collaborations with Egyptologists who asked for her support. She published several books on her own, but also joined the works of other researchers. The most important subject of her works, of course, the Temple of Seti I at Abydos. She helped to discover the garden where she believed she met Seti I for the first time. The excavations uncovered the space which would have looked exactly as she described them during ancient times. Interesting. Plug the cap. Pound the plussy. Yes, indeed. Those monoliths, the megaliths are really, really cool. That's the Temple of Seti I at Abydos. Eady also told other researchers what the prayers and traditional rituals looked like. She knew the plot of many religious papyri even before she read them. Her descriptions of the monuments, reliefs, and other things she saw during her previous life were repeatedly confirmed by excavations. It's crazy stuff. Researchers couldn't believe it. Moreover, many Egyptologists couldn't negate her words. Eady had knowledge which was not available to specialists who had worked in Egypt for many years. Let's ask her about the freaking columns underneath the great the Giza Plateau. She's dead now. Damn it. One of them is famous British Egyptologist Kenneth Kitchen. Although he did not want to openly admit it, written resources suggest that he believed her. Nicholas Reeves also took her visions into account when searching for Nefertiti. According to Eady, the tomb is in the Valley of the Kings, she said. I did once ask His Majesty where it was, and he told me, he said, "Why do you want to know?" I said I would like to have it excavated, and he said, "No, you must not. We don't want anything more of this family known." But he did tell me where it was, and I can tell you this much: it's in the Valley of the Kings, and it's quite near to the Tutankhamun King Tut tomb, but it's in a place where nobody would ever think of looking for it. She laughed, and apparently it's still intact. Well, damn. That's crazy. Sartorius, what did you do? Webhamster.com? I'm not clicking on that link. Click at your own peril. Never touch that TT. Oh. Giggity. Giggity titty. Guys. So mature. Just like me. We are adults, guys. We are definitely not 12 years old. For decades, Eady was an inspiration to many researchers. Her stories about life and death in the times of SETI, the first, touched many hearts as well. Many discoveries were made based on her words. Following her information, researchers led by Otto Skaden discovered tomb KB63 in the Valley of the Kings, which is located near the tomb of Tutankhamun and contained burials of women from the times of the 18th dynasty. I think if we just had a gigantic leaf blower and we could blow away all the sand. Let's work on that. Elon Musk. Chop chop. Weaponize your autism, sir. Weaponize it. A reunion of two souls. Dorothy Eady died at age 81 and was buried in the Coptic cemetery in Abydos. She believed that death would allow her to reconnect with her beloved. Even now, researchers are still trying to prove that she was a liar who had somehow gotten access to the newest literature and had great acting skills. But others say she was one of the most fascinating people they'd ever met. And that's a private video that we can't watch. Well, that's freaking interesting, guys. Were you entertained by that? Are you not entertained? I know I am. Got my intellectual juices flowing. Just saying. Hopefully you've been informed and entertained. Infotained, guys. That's one of the names of the game here in the Dozer Den. Infotainment. That's what we try to do. And if I can help make a crap sandwich just a little bit more palatable, I feel like I've done something important. Next topic. The London Hammer. That's right. We're all about the woo-woo stuff tonight. All about it. I forgot to put on the Illuminipple. I did. We are $24 away from Fancy Hat Goal. You know, I didn't actually have the Illuminipple in the rotation for the Fancy Hat Goal when I started. That was just, I'd put it on when we were talking about the strange topics. So we might go back to that. I don't know. We are talking about more woo-woo stuff. That is true. Tantalum says, you're onto something. The Bayou boats with giant fans. How do you get what they're called? Hoverboats? I don't know. I call them hoverboats. Wait. No. Actually, yeah, wait. They inflate. The actual body of the boat inflates and has air coming out around it, like an air hockey table kind of, right? And then they have a fan too, right? I think. Some of them. I don't know what I'm talking about. Woman better have got to the gym. She said she was going to go work out. I brought her workout bag and everything. She is already home. Hovercraft, yes. I like that. Paddle boats. I've heard that word as well. Breaking news, Harry Toe's like 15. Yes, most likely. Airboats, flat bottom, fan propulsion. The information is flowing in the chat, guys. Flowing freely. Let's go ahead and talk about the London Hammer. Guys, it's a weird hammer. What is it doing? Why is it there? Why is it encased in stone? I don't know. I really don't. Oh, should we go premium? I think we're going to go premium, guys. So to everybody who is on, the dozerden.locals.com. Well, never mind. We're not live there anymore. Whoever is on YouTube, on X, on pill.net, thank you for watching. We're going to go ahead and get some premium content in today. Not going to get 2 hours or 2.6 hours in today, but we are going to get probably about an hour. I'm going to be needing to go to sleep at some point, guys. So we are going to do that. But first, thank you for watching on all the other places. We are going to raid Jim with a G on pill.net. Let us go premium in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.